Good morning, friends. In this class, we shall discuss about curriculum. The word curriculum has a Latin origin meaning a course to run, but it is an incomplete meaning. In its simplest sense, a curriculum is an organized plan of course that outlines along with objectives and learning experiences. In the words of Crow and Crow, curriculum can be defined as it includes all the learner's experiences in or outside the school that are included in program which has been devised to help him develop mentally, physically, emotionally, socially, spiritually, and morally. Similarly, the definition given by Samuel regarding curriculum is the curriculum is the sum total of the experiences of the pupil that he receives through the manifold activities that go on in the school, in the classroom, in the laboratory, in the workshop, in the playground, and in the numerous informal contacts between the teacher and the pupil. Let us see one more definition given by Cunningham. The curriculum is the tool. The curriculum is the tool in the hands of artist. Artist here is referred as a teacher to mold his materials. His material is referred here as the student according to his ideas. According to his ideas are referred to here as objectives. In his studio. In his studio means here the studio according to Cunningham is the school. According to the school's objectives, the student will be manifolded. His personality will be developed through the curricular and co-curricular activities by the teacher. So, Cunningham says that the curriculum is the tool in the hands of artist to mold his material according to his ideas in the studio. The curriculum is the tool in the hands of the teacher to mold his student according to his ideas, according to his objectives in the school. We have seen the meaning of curriculum. Let us see the importance of curriculum. The importance of curriculum regarding a subject of study can be explained by referring to what William B. Rogan has commented. The course of study has the same relationship to the curriculum that a roadmap has to the actual experiences involved in taking a trip. Its importance is reflected by the fact that the curriculum is only a tool which is always prepared in view of the work to be taken by it. It is like a blueprint which a housemaker draws to give shape to his thoughts, requirements, and plans for making his own building. The blueprint serves as a guide to reach the goals set by the housemaker. Here, the importance of curriculum in physical science would increase when it is a dynamic curriculum subjected to revision occasionally, to contain latest, to know how the discoveries for soft petting in our lives. Thus, it becomes necessary for us to have a grip on the entire theory and practice of curriculum construction. When a curriculum meets the various content items further, enriched by multiple experiences and continuity of learning, we at once realize the high importance of a set curriculum put into practice. Let us see some of the approaches of how the content of organization of the curriculum is made. There are various approaches. Let us see some of them. First one is the concentric approach. This is also called as a spiral approach. Second one is the topical approach. Third one is the psychological approach. Fourth one is the logical approach. First we shall see what is the concentric approach or the spiral approach. In this approach, topics will be organized in such a way that it finds a place in different classes of courses in a progressive manner. The content will be gradually presented from the simple to complex principle as the class increases. This method is particularly applicable in the lower classes. For example, the concept of life, the concept of light begins from the first class with the concept of sun and moon, progressing towards shadows and properties of light, reflections and refractions. The second one is topical approach. In this approach, the content of topic is selected. The content of topic selected will be explained in detail in the same class. Once completed the topic, it will not be studied at any other class. For example, topics like electronics, polymers, etc. appear only in the 10th standard. This method is suitable for higher classes. The disadvantage of this topical approach is that this approach may lead to a lopsided syllabus with bias heavily for or against some subject and may not lead towards a sequential and coherent presentation of the content. Next type is psychological approach. The approach calls for the agreement of topics of the syllabus on the basis of psychological principles like law of readiness, reinforcement of accepted behavior, and motivation for further learning. The selection of topics and learning experiences should be on the basis of mental and intellectual level, interest and stage of the child. The last type, that is logical approach. In this approach, the topic in the syllabus would be arranged in an orderly pattern using some logical principles like simple to complex. This could be applied to the topics in the same class, or it could be spread over some classes. For example, the topics on modern physics are at the last in any textbook because it is abstract and complex in nature to understand. Thank you.